Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to the final game for this planet here in Reus, where we are absolutely going to 3-star this Age of Discovery, 6 biomes with 12 biodiversity. No, it's good. We're gonna make it happen. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Keep in mind that in Horizon Draft mode, higher level biotica produce more biodiversity just by existing, so that is certainly going to help. Also, while I was scrolling around our planet a little bit, I noticed that the Huntress's Museum, the Museum of Danger, has I guess it's a depth charge, but also a hippopotamus on the roof, just in case, just so you understand that they understand what danger really is. The art in this game is so delightful. Okay, so we need to, in order to get full payout from our museums and all of the draft charges necessary to do all the drafting that we are going to need to do, we need to gain a couple of toxic biotica, one undergrowth, and 5 distinct flower. Oh no, the flower one actually gives. Flower one gives Eon, not draft charges. Okay. Well, it's a good thing to. Also, lots and lots of gold for fur, which is a little weird and inconvenient. But whatever, we'll figure it out. So I think our plan right now is to set up our 4th biome right here. So Lushville will be Savannah and that, and then we'll put down another nomad who is that and rainforest, and then we have to jam another bioticum in somewhere. But right now, I'm mostly worried about making the cities work. Right, so let's get that going. We have a couple of crevices. I'm gonna pull a giant over here. Yeah, we got a couple of expansion charges. Let's just throw one down in the neutral space. We are going to go ahead and purchase the other nomad. Not cheap, not cheap. And what is our other types? So we got our savanna down. We're gonna have to make a forest, and we're gonna have to make a taiga. What do I want sharing space with? What is the question? Lushville is extremely flexible. We don't know what her next project is going to be, which actually is kind of a pain because it might help to inform our choice here. So maybe I shouldn't make the choice until. Yeah, perhaps. Oh, hey, a war did occur. Well, whatever, that's fine. The Huntress could. So the Huntress needs 7 more food bonuses, or 7 more population and 9 more wealth. So each food in the animal within borders that has the highest food. Sushi bar is potentially pretty easy to drive up to huge values. But we're actually a little shorter on gold. We're a little shorter on gold than we are on food, and the Safari Guidepost will really, really push us over. She's already getting maximum payout from this thing. It looks like it's a little weirdly written there, but yeah, it looks like we're getting all the food we can stand from that. Mystery generates food. I do think we probably want to take the project that's going to generate wealth instead, because we can make food happen. So yeah, we'll take the Safari Guidepost then. Maybe that's foolishness. I don't know. Okay, and let's push your situation up. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. This is the diplomat. We do know what her thing is going to be. It's going to be the hotel. Right? Because we always take the hotel and the diplomat because I love the hotel so much. So it's not actually going to matter a huge amount what we put next to her. Let's just have it be the forest. Just for the sake of making a choice. So I'm going to have... Let me rotate this planet a little bit. I'm going to have this become forest. She's on that forest overlap. Am I allowed to put the nomad charge down in here, or are we too close to everything? The general's keen on food and power. The inventor loves science. I figured we should actually look at this too, right? If the general's producing lots of power, then he's going to be, you know, just like letting wars happen seems to generally be pretty good for overall prosperity. So if we had a science person, we would probably want to put them between the taiga and the rainforest. So if we take the inventor here, we go taiga and rainforest. That's not bad. Okay. I'm gonna call you down here, I guess. We're gonna have to use more crevices no matter what we do, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and call you down here. Get our final settlement built up. And then we're going to set the taiga like this. And that'll have to get expanded. And then we're going to have to put a forest somewhere. We'll end up slotting the forest in between two existing biomes, I guess. Yeah, I suppose so. Where will it make sense to, like, basically somebody gets a forest all to themselves. And it's just, it might end up being this guy, actually, because he's kind of, like, compressed on space with everything else. Yeah, maybe. I would love to compel him to gain one more tile of jungle space before anything else. How excited are you to grow? Kind of excited. All right, let's put down his first stuff to the left. So he just wants some technology we can accommodate. The Ramon tree does some okay work on that front. Obviously, Cinnabar is very good. Yeah, we don't actually have any stone down. So let's do one of each. Alright, cool. That'll get Jungleberg to expand this way. And then here's a question. We got a border expander running out already, and a border expander running out here already. Do I throw my other crevice there really fast to let Jungle City keep expanding? I might rather have them expand into the water, honestly. I'm not sure. I'm gonna not make any hasty moves here for the moment. Okay, so now that we've got all the buildings down, you're gonna hit 3 off of what we've done here, yeah. Let's talk about pushing these biomes up to 12 biodiversity. The inventor Would do well to just take the bonus science from Toolsmith because the inventor is on the taiga. And bonus science from Toolsmith plays very, very well with copper, as we've seen in the past. We can get a predator here. I'm a little surprised. I guess this the skunk is not toxic necessarily. He is certainly a predator in a particularly chemically fashion, but he is not technically toxic. So in order to place the copper, we need to get to 4 biodiversity. Wish it wouldn't grab my bounce my mouse cursor like that. I mean, this is this is gonna be a pretty good yield overall once we calculate in the predator bonuses for all the dislikes. So let's go ahead and put you on the booster. Okay, new guy showed up with only 1 dislike, but still it adds things to the queue. I guess I don't really need to focus so hard on him. We got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of things we're going to have to work on. And among them, making sure that we are filling out the museums. So we got to play new toxic biotica that we do not yet have, and a draft new toxic biotica that we do not yet have. And okay, they expanded into the water. Excellent. Let's take some ocean drafts actually then. Can we get a toxic ocean draft? Octopus is a predator. Hydrothermal vents are toxic. Not bad. And then, of course, here we have the sea crate, who is both toxic and a predator. And just a real threat. You gotta keep banning his alts on the message boards, and he just like uses a VPN to evade the IP ban, and what a nightmare. I think the octopus is a strong play here, though. So, those hydrothermal vents. Yeah, generating a bunch of extra science is a pretty good idea. And of course, we have that origin of life thing, as we saw before, can get very powerful. We don't have a huge number of minerals in the biome now, but that can get fixed. And obviously, the toxicity of those minerals is going to be a very helpful thing. I guess we can expand the hunger for gold here. Interesting. So 1 gold for each gold within the in the highest gold animal within borders. 20 gold for each threat in Biotica within borders. So we have a high payout for animal. We have a high payout for gem. Lighthouse just produces a ton of overall value in addition to producing some wealth, but I'm a little worried that we might have difficulty getting him to 60 wealth based just on this. Do we have a super high payout animal or gem for this biome? Yeah, we have the Smilodon, so probably it's going to end up being the case that Country Club for the Smilodon is going to be the way to win, right? That seems likely. So do we have any tier 3s? No, we did some tier 3s over here, but I did not have stuff going extinct on the right tiles in his territory. So we're gonna have to overgrow something. I think what we should probably do then is place some kind of food over here. Okay, this wants to be adjacent to 2 distinct biotica with food. That doesn't improve its food yield, and we won't keep the biodiversity. So I think let's just go ahead and play 25 food. Yeah, 25 food. Let's go ahead and play this here, because we're going to have to do an upgrade. The Smilodon doesn't care what it's adjacent to now. And then we can build a Haast's eagle next to it. And that'll give us a good push. Where on earth is that lazy swamp giant? I guess we have made the planet pretty large. Oh yeah, we're gonna need the swamp giant, or we're getting the ocean giant over here as well. I should have started him running earlier. That's a shame. Those are not the boosters we were looking for. Do we have a draft left for this biome? We do. Should I take it now? See if we get a thing that's appropriate. We're still trying to collect toxic biotica. We're still trying to collect flowers. The forest is going to be helpful with that last one. And then we need to put down some undergrowth. Well, if we can push this guy over, we still have the Darkvale huts to push to level 4 as well. We can get a couple more draft charges this way. I think I'm going to go ahead and take my last Ice Age Tundra draft. Okay, I've seen a lot of 2-star. Like this, they did not give us a high-end draft here, which is a little bit of a shame. I am somewhat... I think I'm just going to take a reroll. I'm a little worried about wasting rerolls too, but I think it makes sense in this case. We got to see some, like, juicy stuff, right? The geyser's not bad. Chokecherry is a toxic undergrowth. That's pretty good. Arsenic, of course, is very, very strong. And then we could put down the tar pit for another little toxic push. Because we do still need a couple of new toxics. Yeah, the tar pit in that tier 3 slot I think is really good. 10 biodiversity? Can we manage that? No. And that wouldn't necessarily have to go in this environment. So I think we can put down Haast's eagle here then. I'm thinking we might end up doing some more retiring. But that's going to get him very paid. And then maybe we do just cash it in for each resource in Legacy Biotica in this biome. It is going to be an awful lot of extra value. It's going to make the country club not as compelling. It's not a gem bioticum. Yeah, the thing is, it's harder to take advantage of this, right? And this is maybe actually, if we can get it swinging, a little bit better for the poet who just cares about overall prosperity. So I would prefer, but we can't guarantee a mineral booster. Or can we? Oh yeah, no. Your Rich Hills thing has mineral boosters in the guaranteed ritual mineral boosters. So yeah, this could just be the Smilodon then. And then we can figure out the rest of it from there. Okay. 516 with the ability to scale up further. Yeah, I think let's take the country club. And that might actually push us over. He got to 49 before the country club contributed. It's not going to get us there by itself, but it gets us close. Gets us close. We can continue to build and stuff. So, I'm allowed to now... This would be a pretty good place to put a jet, actually. Because it's going to end up with 2 level 2 or higher biotica next to it. And then... What is the legacy bioticum in this slot? It's not very good. Actually. This is not a great place for arsenic. Is there something else I would rather put here? You are not next to 2 biotica with base food. Right, the food in this tile comes from... Yeah, from other stuff. So we don't get the full payout of the rosemary. And we really do want the jet to be... Oh, well the jet's adjacent to... Oh, the jet's adjacent to rosemary on this side. So actually, this doesn't have to be a tier 2. And we could just play like undergrowth flowers. We might have sedge somewhere else. But I don't think we have dandelions anywhere. Although the dandelion won't get its undergrowth bonus. Actually, I don't think we do have sedge. Yeah, let me see. That pushes you over, and okay, yeah, that was an additional. Okay, cool. Still working toward our improvements. But the important thing is we got his project done. And as such, more draft charges. Hooray. Okay, so now the question is, we actually do have the biome back up to 6 spendable biodiversity already. Can we get a mineral booster? Okay, can we get to 10 so that we can play the tar pit here? Because it would be fantastic if we could. Do we have a terraform charge? We do. We have 1. It might seem a little bit silly to use it here. Yeah, I guess let's do an upgrade before we do that. So it's pretty cheap to put stuff down in these tiles. Chokecherry is toxic undergrowth. Pretty hard not to want to build that here, actually. And it gains biodiversity for legacy biotica in adjacent slots, which is pretty grand. That's enough for you to offer the opera. So it's like hundreds and hundreds of food or potentially a large amount of mystery. Which is also pretty good. You have very poor science output, so actually that might be... The opera might be the way to go. Yeah, let's push opera. Or we're going to have to make some sets work, and obviously we're not exactly killing it on that front. We have 3 plants, an animal, and a mineral. So the good news about that is that it is for sure correct to get this tar pit. I might be overdoing it spending biotica here. or placing biotic here, but on the other hand, we are generating relevant tags. So when I do an upgrade here, it doesn't remove the choke cherry, right? Because the choke cherry is already this. Yeah, it's already this era. So then we just put down the tar pit, and it's amazing. And it finishes the minerals. And it's amazing. And it cleared one of our museums. Is the part of museum musea? It might be. Okay, now we gotta put down 2 more critters. And where are we at on museum tags? We gotta put down 2 critters, and we need distinct flowers. We're cool on toxic, we're cool on undergrowth. Okay, so we gotta put down critters, and all we're really watching for is the toxic trait at this point. And then, of course, predators, because predators are high value. So we no longer care so much about biodiversity here, but I probably should be placing savanna animals, right, to work on the biodiversity and value of this biome. Because right now we are only at 8 total biodiversity, and we need to get that up. So this scavenger would love to be next to another mineral. This thing just doesn't want to be, there just needs to not be another copy of this. Do we have drafts left for the savannah? We do. How much do we need them? We probably still need them. I would like to know what her choices for... Oh, no, sorry, she's the hotel. Right. Yeah, let's take a savannah draft. So, okay. Huge payout for Predator Bird. I do love that. We don't see anything else here that is actually toxic. Ah, never mind. Lion's ear. You know, for the lion to listen. It's gonna be gaining bonuses for each distinct predator bioticum on the planet, and it's a fur creature, which he actually cares about now. I think it's very hard to pass up the lion draft. And then we get the pink diamond, which helps us push. Yeah, no, this is hugely correct. And we get a cool toxic medicinal flower. Yeah, so we need to make this the right move. We have to get to 9 biodiversity so we can play it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of retiring here. What can we put down that will have decent yields? I mean, like, retiring the Kunzite and then playing Kunzite, you know, next to it or whatever is probably pretty good. Do we have a decent high tier? Yeah, actually, a lot of our Savannah minerals play really well. So, a lot of our minerals from other areas play really well in the Savannah. So, yeah. What is the question then becomes, what is the highest value we can place in this slot by itself? And the answer is going to be something that is toxic or a predator or both, right? I think it ends up being probably this spotted hyena, right? And this eats a ton of biodiversity, but we're going to retire it in a second anyway. You need another mineral nearby, so let's put down a tier 1 mineral over here that you will both enjoy. Let's make it the mud pool. Alright, make sure these two are at their at their Badlandsy peak before we retire them. And then upgrades. The animal booster is a lovely touch. So, it does screw things up a little bit over here because now the hyena... Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We'll deal. I'm not gonna skip the chance to put that booster there, or to put the creature in the right spot. So, we can throw another tier 2 or 3 down to take advantage of this. The arsenic's pretty good, actually. But I wonder if it's so good that I'd rather save it for somewhere else. You'll just be a lot of food. Which is fine, I think. We do need to place the lion's ear somewhere. And mostly, yeah, I'm just going to put this down. Mostly what I'm trying to do here is just build up the biodiversity, right? Okay, we wanted to replace the kunzite. Yep, and then if we can just get one more point of biodiversity here, we can play the lion. So let's put that other point of biodiversity on her side. We finally have access to her choices, and yeah, the hotel is the way I want to go on this for sure. So let's place something here. I think we just removed our last... No, we do still have an okra. I mean, you can force a little bit of biodiversity with an okra no matter what, I suppose. Do we have... That's redstone. I don't know if we have a 1-star thing here that isn't like... I think we're going to end up placing the okra just because it's the only thing that guarantees a point of biodiversity. Alright, lots of trade going back and forth here. I love seeing that grumpy face. Alright, and that makes us a lion. Who certainly is worth some money. Alright, planet-wide prosperity, we're doing fine on. Oh wait, it wasn't your... Where was the thing that cared about fur? Didn't one of the museums cared about fur? Maybe it was overlaying weirdly on something else. Maybe that wasn't true. Whatever. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to let the inventor get sassy, and we're going to work on Lushville next. We are now at 12 biodiversity in this biome. So if we're going to work on her, we should work on her via this biome. Yes, because we're gonna need all 6 of them to be at 12. Okay. So let's take a taiga draft. In particular, we're interested in flowers. We don't really need this place to be super rugged, I don't think. I have a decent undergrowth flower here. Plus 15 food and 1 biodiversity for each adjacent. Yeah, so we can generate a couple of biodiversity from that pretty cheaply. Let's take this. And we want to push her over, but we don't want to go too hard on using stuff on her side of the line because we're going to have to use some stuff on his side of the line too. In particular, obviously, things that produce science are important for him. So let's pull... None of this tier 1 stuff produces a lot of extra biodiversity, so yeah, we're going to need this. This is going to need to be adjacent to at least one undergrowth bioticum. None of my animals are marked with undergrowth. We could cheat the needs of this a little bit by putting the lion's ear. Well, I mean, the lion's ear needs to be built in her town anyway, right? Let's maybe retire the dogs. They're not actually a good fit for the situation they're in. Let's put down a critter or a prey over here just for a second. Yeah, you're a critter. You'll do. Then we'll retire the 2 dogs, and I think that shouldn't cause any huge problems. I guess this is the only copy of this animal that we have on the planet. But we have tons and tons of predators. Yeah, there's no way this predator is doing anything other than providing just like raw value. And that makes them a perfect perfect target for an upgrade charge. Okay. Then this is a great time to place a lion's ear, which probably benefits very strongly from this stuff. We want to place an undergrowth here. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with that slot. Pink diamond, probably? It's certainly a lot of yield. It will do a good job of prosperity. We actually ended up with only 2 different predators still alive in the biome. We might want to mess with that. Okay, that's a good chunk of stuff. So now let's work on food and whatnot with her. So we want things to be adjacent to... The blue bead wanted to be adjacent to an undergrowth. Five distinct flower on your planet. Okay, so we're at 3. Also, she's not currently getting the animal benefits from her Museum of Color. Where are we at on distinct animals within your borders? 3. Okay. We'll see what we can do about that, because the animals are going to be more useful for her than they are for the miner anyway, or the inventor. So you want to be next to critters. Obviously, this is a plant booster, but we don't have another flower to play on it right now, so I'm not going to stress about it. Yeah, we may as well put you adjacent to the other critter. That'll unlock some additional bonuses for her. And we're definitely going to want to play a skunk as well. We have a skunk for the biome. Well, we don't need the skunk to be over here. Steal technology from the Huntress. I'm going to let that occur. Huh. Is this not updating correctly? Because we should have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals within borders. something is awry. Now that we have the biodiversity over here, I am going to replace this guy with... I'm going to replace this guy with the iron straight up. Okay, lots of fighting's going on, and that's all fine. There does seem to be some kind of like weirdness with the way the museums are counting and displaying things. Like this guy, there's no way this guy has 10 herbivore biotica within his borders, right? No, definitely not. He barely has 10 biotica total. So yeah, there's something wrong with these displays. Whatever, it's fine. We'll figure it out. That's going to produce so much science by itself. And it's not even maxed out yet. I'm going to put a little bit more ruggedness in here, and we'll get even more science, which will reflect even more in the metallurgy. So we do need to keep pushing her value up, though. So the question now, can we just throw down an upgrade charge and play a much better set of goods somewhere that will give us the push over into the next thing? We don't have a marabou yet. There is a warthog out there, although it's living on the other side of the line. Do we have anything else that's considered ugly? The hyena is, which is very judgmental in my opinion. The vulture is. So yeah, maybe let's throw down an upgrade charge over here. Take advantage of the high biodiversity. Try to push this world court to completion. Although, honestly, like, hold on. I'm so used to thinking, well, obviously the important thing to do is to complete everybody's goals. But actually, is it? If the biome has enough biodiversity, maybe we do just move on. Because we don't have infinite, like, we're doing really well on prosperity, and we don't have infinite time to make the biodiversity stuff happen. In particular, I think we need to make sure that we are trying to play high star stuff. So like over here is where you want to be doing your upgrade charges and your legacies and whatnot. And I'm going to take another Taiga draft. And we're going to get some 3 stars in here. Okay, it would be great to get some flowers. Honeysuckle's okay. It's all right as far as the actual effect goes. I do love the Siberian tiger in a broad general sense. It also produces a lot of... yeah, it's just a huge amount of money. However, what we need in this biome more than anything is science. And we're not going to get there if we don't like stay pretty focused. So I think what we probably want to do here is pull natural gas, taking on the Siberian pine and the poplar. Yeah, it doesn't get us closer to any of our other doesn't get us closer to filling out our museum or anything, but it is good. It is good for pushing up this and getting biodiversity. Okay, so there's 10 Eon available to us if we hit the flowers. And we have all the free draft charges we're going to get. So I guess that's a good reason to push the World Court. But let's focus on his area first, right? So I want to build up to playing natural gas. Natural gas wants to be far away from the nearest city, but obviously we can cheat a little bit with the lost tags. So if we say... I want to put down something that is lost or that just generates a lot of ruggedness. I mean, stone is fine, right? We're gonna need a fur at some point, so I may as well put one down. And then that means we can play tin, which is actually a little bit better. That's gonna push him way up. The villain built a temple in honor of the ocean giant, which is a weird thing to do at this moment in the game. And then I want to... I think I want to upgrade over this stuff. Because, like, you know, committing that copper to memory is, I think, pretty strong. Up to 250 science for each resource in the military bioticum within borders that is highest, or we could go to 300 if we get 6 trees. I think we can... Hold on. What's military? Sorry, not in the rainforest. Okay, natural gas is military. We're gonna... That's the winner. The payout of this natural gas is going to be very high. Even at a very small number of patches, the payout of this natural gas is very, very high. And the total biodiversity here is only 7. So we have to add some. It's good to place upgrades, but also we have to add some. Now, this would seem to me to be a good place to put some rugged hills. We get a little bit of free ruggedness. We get some extra guaranteed mineral boosting. Wish we had more flowers. So how's our jungle? Our jungle's on... Okay, our jungle's on 11 biodiversity. He only needs a little bit of jungle. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get the forest in here as well. We're going to have to do it with a lot of the leftovers. And it's going to be weird for it to be in his territory because it's not necessarily the stuff he most wants to focus on. But he's also kind of the only one who needs the focus. And if I do put it in his territory, I can space the taiga out from him a little bit. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put down an expander here. It's just free yields. And then we're going to produce a forest that covers this space. And maybe also that space, honestly. I don't know. Well, we'll start here. We have the ability to recommit later. There's an empty slot over here. Yeah, like it's gonna be trivial to get the jungle there. The ocean needs 5 points. We're so close. We're so close. Then we're gonna have to go in here, purchase at least 1 expansion charge, and expand this forest. Because there's no way we get it even on 3 patches. 4 patches, I think, could happen. Okay. We continue to generate resources just by moving my stuff away. Let's draft forest. Flowers would be good. We don't get any flowers right away. There's 10 eon to be had if we can make the flowers happen. So let's take a quick look at all the flowers that we have unlocked, and whether we have at least one copy of each of them. I don't imagine we have any sea flowers. Dandelion. We do not have a dandelion. Sedge. We do have a sedge. The dandelion could even be placed over top of something for less spending if we can find a thing where it's not going to damage other yields. Like if the dandelion went down over the quartz, I don't think anybody loses anything. I don't think we're counting gems. And that's just one eon to get us closer to getting some eon. Guy wants to be next to a plant anyway. Yeah. Alright. Then over here, we have a lion's ear down. Over here, we just need to find one more flower. We literally only have four flower biotica available. The lion's ear, the dandelion, the sedge, and the chokecherry. No, chokecherry is not a flower. What is our other flower? Because we do have... I'm not sure. Yeah, it says we have 4. Oh, something might have 2 tags. Because this is the kind of thing where I think it is counting the tags. Flower. That being the case, we could potentially do an anomaly, doubling all tags on the patch to produce the extra point of flowers if we can't get it somewhere else. Oh yeah, those two and these two. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Okay, so we can drop the 2 hill bonuses here and then reassert our... I think that's the right play. Let's get over here, make our rich hills right here. Remember, we have to, getting further away from Jungleberg than this isn't actually helpful because it means that we're close enough to Lushville that starts counting as the closest city. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade slot here. Lock in all this science. Well, I should probably play a mineral boost. Probably play a tier 1 mineral first, right? It's a little tricky though because of the extra eon cost. At this point, we're pretty tight on eon. Yeah, let's just play the upgrade charge. We have so many upgrade charges. Alright, I'd love to see another mineral booster. Okay, can't have everything. So, I do think that we want to play... We want to play some higher tier stuff, right? This would love to be next to an animal and a predator. Do we have a predator for this biome? Yeah. It's not amazing. I'm thinking like if we place the Siberian pine there, it can get that bonus. I'm trying to minimize the number of biotica we have to play in order to get to the biodiversity value that we need. So that's going to give us a great big chunk. And then it's not adjacent to a mineral or a predator yet, but we're going to get there. So we could just play like a predator or something here. In order to get the natural gas down. Oh, actually, we're already on biodiversity for the natural gas. So let's play the natural gas. The time has not come to conclude the planet, as we all well know. This is going to probably push him over 20 tech, but we're going to have to lay down some more biotica before he can get his next level. Yeah, it sure did. So the biodiversity of this biome is now 11. So we just need to play one. We need to play anything. And it should be an animal with the predator tag so that we can maximize value from the Siberian pine. And animals with the predator tag here, that means stoat. No, we already have a stoat. We do not get biodiversity from playing stoat. Then we play rabbit? Because then we can play a stoat over here, and that can turn on the Siberian pine and also generate a little bit of biodiversity for the forest. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so this is where we start doing this thing, and I have to be smart about it. We're probably not going to have to spend population on anything else. We can buy a draft charge also if we need to. Before we go kind of like silly with this, let me just make sure. It would be crazy if there weren't, but there are flowers in this biome, yes? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Okay. There's a tag. I shouldn't have typed it in the box. I should have looked it up on the tag search. But yeah, okay. So, what we need then is to purchase just Eon right now. And I think I am, because like at this point, I don't actually care what the barrenness of this place is. We just need to go 1 point up on resources, and this is a very cheap way to do that. And there's legacy biotica here, so this is actually the cheapest way to play one more bioticum is to play it into this slot. Okay. So this should 1-star us. I can't believe I'm just getting the 1-star now. What timing? City of the Future is going to come quick, though. Okay, so we still need. We're going to hit the 600 priority well before we hit that. We still need one more flower. Yeah, sorry, I should give you a selection here. We do have power plant, which is good. We have the science bonus on power plant already. So each science in the tree bioticum with the highest science for each medicinal bioticum, or like this is already 100 science with 50. I think it's okay to take power plant here. I guess the other thing is we don't have to make a choice until we'll actually push him over. So we need to, I think we need to buy a draft charge at this point because we need to try to spend as little time playing low star biotica here as possible, right? So yeah, let's buy a draft charge, and we'll buy it with population. Draft charge forest. Flower. Rad. Okay, I don't think there's any other consideration to make, right? Playing a flower gets us 10 eons, so we take the flower. And this has some good science. It's a good science flower too. It's toxic, so we're gonna get a lot of resources off of that. 40 science and 8 mystery for each distinct set of mineral and plant in biome. Encourages you to play minerals too. And it would love to be adjacent to at least one other flower, but we'll see. Listen, they're not that easy to come by. So, we need to purchase Eon, which we do with... I think if I do this with science now, the next population cost will still be under our population. Like, we'll be able to afford that. How do we set this up now? It probably is the case that we're just throwing down an upgrade charge. But we want to be, like I said, we want to spend as little time as possible playing 1-star Biotica. You want to be adjacent to Biotica that have a gold yield. And that's how we get good science out of you. It is unfortunately the case that we're going to have to generate a little biodiversity before we can play our cool flower. We just have to get to 12. It's really not that hard. It feels like a wait. I feel like I should have tried to finish these maybe. I don't know. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but like every time we buy a draft charge, we're not buying Eon with that. The thing is, like, it's not trivial to finish Huntress City. Huntress City's actually way off. World Court's probably not that undoable, but we can't work on it while we're doing the important thing here. Like, the only one we can work on while doing the important thing is City of the Future, so it feels like that's the one to care about. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so the White Willow wants to be adjacent to a couple of trees. Obviously, putting it near the Siberian Pine will help us generate some of that, because we just don't have enough tier 2 things to generate the 5 biodiversity yet. I'm going to throw an upgrade charge down here. Okay, that's rad. That's where our flower is going. In the meantime, we can place a feldspar here. Alright, what do we have that produces extra biodiversity? You want to be near 2 plants, which we are not actually very well set up for right now. Can I put it on... Well, there's not forest on that side. The jungle's set, right? No, the jungle's not set, so we do need to do some building over here too. So that's kind of interesting. Because we can put the bamboo down... Yeah, what are the trees that we have left here? The Ramon tree will produce the biodiversity we want no matter what. So if we put the bamboo down here... Sorry, we're buying obviously some Eon. So we put a bamboo down here. Then this just wants to be adjacent to any 2 plant biotica. Give you this, which likes to be adjacent to a tree. We're gonna have to buy Eon one more time, a couple more times, before we can finish the flower thing. But the flower thing's not gonna finish the biome anyway, like... Okay, now we gotta buy 2 more. I'm trying to think. If we buy this with 36, this is gonna go to, I think, 48. We're gonna gain more science. And then at the end, we're gonna have like a big wealth cash in for the last chunk. 45, yeah, okay, I think this makes sense. So now, when we put down the tree over here, that'll finish that. So now we want to put down a predator, and it can be anything. To turn on the Siberian pine. And that gives us the biodiversity necessary to play the big flower, which gets us 10 extra Eon. And pushes the diversity up of this biome up to 7. Hold on. It'll kick in. Okay, it kicked... It didn't kick in 10. It gained us 5. It says 10. It definitely only gave us 5. I don't love that. Okay, so at this point, we can get 250 science this way, or we can get 150 science. Hold on, let's let this finish counting. Okay, 250 science is probably the way to go. Because we're not trying to push for infinite prosperity, we're trying to push to a particular threshold. So let's take the apothecary. We don't care about how much we could earn later, we care about earning the most right now. Okay, that's going to push us to 50. We're cool on the Biotica. That gives us a draft. Whew. And then we have three more big adjustments to make. And do we have the resources that we need to do that? I honestly don't know. Okay, so we do need to spend a draft charge. We kind of got to take a forest draft, and we kind of got to get some 3 stars, right? Now, if I remember correctly, this plant really wants to be next to some other flowers. I guess that doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is generating another 5 points of biodiversity. So, we probably want to take something with the lowest possible biodiversity cost. You will generate biodiversity when played. That's pretty significant. So this is 4 biodiversity by itself. You could potentially generate 5. Do we have a spot where you will do that? We do. We do. I'll have to upgrade and then replay a thing. But the answer is yes. So that's the take, right? We have to do that. You also are capable of generating 5 points by yourself. 2 adjacent animals with food yields. No, I don't think it matters. This is the right one. The maple tree is the right one. Because the ginkgo is just very, very good. Okay, so we throw an upgrade charge down here. May as well. We have about an infinite number of them. We put down an animal in this location, and it can be anything. It literally doesn't matter what. But the Siberian pine would prefer if it were a critter. Or if it were a predator. And we do get a lot of bonus payout from the predator. So I'm going to replace the stone. And then we're going to put down the ginkgo tree. And that does get us a total biodiversity of 12. 4 biomes complete. Okay. For the jungle, we just need to place literally anything. So let's buy another... Yep, and then we have enough Eon for one more big charge here. The biggest problem is the ocean, right? The ocean's at 7. Do we have 3 stars for our ocean? We have some 2s. We need to get 3 stars for the ocean. So, while fixing the jungle... Well, we could rely on micros to gain a draft charge from the World Court, right? Yeah. And we can still draft from the ocean, is what I was checking there real quick. This ended up being fantastic. We're not able to buy another draft charge. Actually, we can afford a draft charge with just raw resources too. That's interesting. Okay, but let's see if we can push her up to prosperity with our emblems to get where we're going. We don't really have that many emblems. That said, some of them are really good in this position. So yeah, let's just take like just take a second to throw some emblems at some people. We'll go like... I'm probably never replacing the spotted hyena or anything. I guess we never did make that marabou play. But I would have to upgrade these. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be worth the Eon. I was thinking if it's just as simple as swapping one thing out that we can do for 1 Eon, then maybe let's do it. But each distinct animal within borders for you is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. The Museum of Color seems to be absorbing... Yeah, when we mouse over it, it's... Okay. Okay, there's something going on with this display here. This is showing like whatever building we were whatever project we built last, maybe? And maybe that's the intent. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with this one. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted because I am distractible. There's no universe where we would ever take this white-backed vulture out. You benefit most from food and science. So let's put the poet emblem on here. That should be enough to generate 1 point of tech and 1 point of population, thus finishing World Court. I think. Come on. Yes. All right, cool. And in fact, it looks like it's going to get us another point beyond that even. All right. Draft charge for the ocean. Okay, we want the lowest biodiversity cost that we can get. Okay, I like Reef Shark a lot as a draft here because it gets us a 2-star and a 3-star with no biodiversity cost, and then a 7 biodiversity cost 3-star. And in fact, this friend can provide a lot of extra biodiversity as well. So let's take that. Okay, so the two that we still have to flip are the jungle and the ocean. The jungle is a single point away. So is there anything in this jungle that is doubled up? No. Is there anything in this jungle that is on a higher level slot? No, I've never upgraded anything in any of these areas. Do we have 3 stars for our jungle? We do. Okay, so the cheapest way to do this then is going to be to drop an upgrade that takes 2 1-stars out and adds a 3-star, right? Because it's going to lower our biodiversity by 2 and then raise it by 4. And the caiman is just like a very high value generally. So I do think that I like the caiman. You know what? Actually, I especially like it over here where it only takes out 1 biodiversity. So let's do that. We can remove this guy, then we can pay 3 Eon to put down a caiman, and that's the thing discovered. If we put down a new biotica somewhere to get the +1, it's going to be 5 Eon instead, which is obviously less good. So can you please fix this fellow? It's pretty grim as for whether or not we get our ocean done, if I'm honest. But like I was saying, I think this is what it is. So I don't think it matters what we put down in any way, right? In theory, it would be kind of cool if it earned us a draft charge, but I don't think it can really matter. Nothing we do is going to earn us Eon. So you give each bird on the planet some bonus payouts, but like the payouts of stuff in this biome aren't actually even good. Yeah, alright. It doesn't matter. Let's just put it down. I'm trying to optimize, but honestly, who cares is a really important part of this. Look at all the extra gold we earned. Okay, so now we get to buy 1 last Eon charge. Oh, I did push it. I did push us over. That's crazy. Oh yeah, we get to buy 1 last Eon charge. We definitely cannot afford another. And with 3 Eon, we must make this work. 3 Eon must be sufficient. I'm going to unlock the bottlenose dolphin. Or I guess yeah, the great white shark. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The important thing is just that they have some stuff that they can do. So we need to. What do I do here? We can create some biodiversity by building over some of our existing creatures. We have 2 copies of the tuna, so just playing over top of one of them is going to fix things somewhat. We can do the same kind of upgrade that I did before, probably here, to get us to lose us 1 biodiversity while gaining us a slot that we can place a level 3 in at the cost of 3 Eon. But we should definitely do replacements first to make sure we are maximizing biodiversity elsewhere, because those modifications only cost 1 each. So I have 2 suckerfish and I have 2 tuna. They each need to become something else. And it's just 1-star shit and it doesn't matter what. When we make the change, we're going to want to play finger coral, which can only be placed in shallow water. So does that make this wrong? I mean, I think actually any 3-star is going to get us there. I suppose it's also worth remembering we can get actually, so we can get 4 biodiversity by playing hydrothermal vents. We can get 5 biodiversity by playing finger coral. So I think we're really solid here. Yeah, I think we've got this. The finger coral is going to want to be adjacent to 2 animals. We're not going to be able to play it there. So we're going to lose an extra point of biodiversity by playing it, because we're going to have to put it in a slot where we're erasing 2 things, but it's fine. That means there's not actually value in replacing the tuna on this side, because we just overwrite the tuna. So we should still replace the suckerfish. Okay, what's cool? What's cool that we don't have any of? We don't have a red algae anywhere yet, right? It just wants to be next to a biome with base, a bioticum with base food, which over here it will have. So let's replace this suckerfish. And then you are going to upgrade charge over this. So we're going to go to 8. Then we're going to lose 2 to 6. Oh, wait, no, that's actually very problematic. There is a micro that can give biotica as well. So we're not totally out, even if this ends up not working the way I want it to. Okay, so that's a gain. So if we upgrade over here, we end up with 5 left. Then we can play you for 4. And that'll cost us 3 Eon. And if we just also overwrite the tuna... Oh no, sorry, when we upgrade over this, we only lose 1 biodiversity. Because we lose the anchovy, but the tuna is already represented. No, I'm scaring myself. I'm just scaring myself out of a win because I'm overcomplicating the way I'm thinking about this. So we do this. Then we place this next to 2 distinct animal biotica. And that produces... Yeah, we're at 7. This produces 5 when we play it, and that's a win. Cool. Hey, look at that. We can, in fact, get some 3 stars sometimes. Still not in the Hunter Age. It's the Hunter Age, you really have to go into that with all of your resources up to that point in the game have to be devoted to getting that 3-star. 35 is a lot of population for that point in the game. But, whew, okay, we did it. And yeah, we blew out the prosperity goal, because how would you not? In the end, where is a predator? Jesus. In the end, the villain spirit of 4 gold per dislike on the planet ended up being worth 76 gold on every predator or toxic creature, and on some creatures. Just very much, in fact. So wait, hold on, that's not quite right. Because you're only getting 127 bonus. I don't know. It's a lot. The important thing is it's a lot, all right? We ended up with, this is, I guess, a better way to be certain. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dislikes. Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid in my opinion. Okay, with that, we are actually concluding the planet. Its curiosities met, humanity enjoys the oddities of life. Certainly a better ending than the last one that we came to. Still, it eludes us. I like that these, I like that they're adding more elements that encourage you to change up sort of like the fundamental structure of the way you build your biomes and your cities and stuff. Our Horizon draft was kind of weird, and if I'm honest, not super helpful, but we got there. You know what? The Primal Flint Pole was very solid. Not that I couldn't have done that myself. All right, 3 new stars. 4 new stars were possible. It's just video games. Sometimes video games are hard. I don't know if I've ever pointed that out on the channel in the past. And look at this extremely good and normal looking planet, which is what planets look like. All right. I do believe that's going to be it for us for today and for this little hop back into Reus 2. I know we didn't 3-star everything, but this was just sort of be supposed to be like a little spacer to give Amabel time to recover from her dental injury, and recover she has. So when you come back next week, we are back to 4X school and shooting McGunlady's trip through CUD. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you all are looking forward to it as well.
I'm looking forward to it too.
And also she's here looking forward to it too. And we'll see you then.